What's up, everyone, and welcome to my campsite. There's a bit more space that way. It's not as crowded as it appears right now. This is my 5th camping trip of the year, but this is my first solo trip, so I'm pretty excited about it. I think with your first solo trip, there's a bit of like nervousness, not necessarily anxiety, but you're just like, I haven't done this alone. Am I going to be bored? Am I going to be able to, is this going to be fun? But anyways, I've been really wanting to try it, so here I am. Perfect night to do so. I haven't set up the tent yet. This is a super cool spot. I have really good views. The sunset's going to be incredible from this spot. But I brought some guns, and this spot, there's no real area for me to shoot into a hillside, so there's no way for me to shoot safely. So I'm gonna walk around and see if I can make this area work for that. If not, I might find a different location, or I might just shoot in the morning, but I'm not really sure. This spot's pretty cool though. I'd be bummed to leave. All right, so I really like this spot behind me. It's pretty sweet, but I think I figured out what I am gonna do so I can do everything that I want to do in one spot. So here's the spot that I'm unfortunately leaving. This is a super good hill to shoot into, and people have already done it. And then that's where I'm gonna go. So literally just right around the corner. All right, so this is my spot. Let me take you on a tour. So this is where I'll be sleeping for the night. Got my tent set up. I'm gonna be doing all the like cooking stuff on the bed of the truck, so that'll be cool. This is gonna move, but that's just kind of holding my rifle for the moment. We got some people shooting down there. I don't imagine they'll be here long. And we got some people shooting over there. Don't imagine they'll be long either. But so I want to build up the ring a little bit more. So I already moved some rocks over, so I'm gonna get on that. I brought some wood, but quite honestly, if I don't have to use it, I don't want to. And there's a bunch of dead trees right there. So I'm gonna try and cut those down and use those instead of the wood that I bought. Because quite honestly, I'm running low on wood at home. So if I could use wood that I find here, that'd be excellent. So I'm gonna get started. So I found this machete, which is pretty cool. It's got a serrated edge on one side. It's incredibly dull, so I'm gonna have to spend some time sharpening that, but I should be able to cut down a tree. So let's do that. So I limbed the tree, and I still gotta like section it all up, but I mean, I didn't come out here to just cut wood. I want to have some fun, so I think it's time to do that. Let's shoot some guns. I'll get better. Since I sprinted too. So I was warned not to do this because YouTube is really dumb with gun stuff. I don't get paid like a tremendous amount from YouTube or anything, so I'm not really that worried about it. And people have asked, and it's something I like. I'm doing this in a safe environment. It's legal in Washington State, so I don't understand why YouTube would have an issue with it, but if it does and it gets demonetized, it's whatever. That was fun. Yeah, it was good times. That's what I needed. Now I'm gonna get back to sectioning up that tree. I really need cover from the sun. I have no shade in my campsite and I'm gonna be super burnt, so I need to figure this out real quick. So it's time for dinner, but everyone around me is still shooting. That's a little sketchy. One of them, the people down there, they shot up and it ricocheted up this direction, which did not like too much. But I made a little sunshade, a little canopy, so I can protect myself a little bit from the sun. So this is kind of my setup. It's not going to be there long because the sun's going down and it's about to be ineffective, but there's at least a little break from it so I don't get too burnt. But yeah, dinner time. So I am down here cooking on the ground because those people shooting down there are just not being smart. They're rapid firing into the hill, which is fine. But people, you need to be like aware of your surroundings and know what's behind your target, and that accounts for ricochets. There's rocks on that hill, and if you're rapid firing, you're not shooting accurately. So they're probably not hitting their target. They're just slinging rounds into a hill that's covered with rock. I'm at the top of the hill in a bright orange tent, so I know they know I'm here. I hope they do, and you're blind and shouldn't be shooting if you can't see my tent. But anyways, they're just not paying attention. So I'm down on the ground, kind of hunkering away from them. I'm starving. I can hear you asking, what's for dinner? Did you make something super cool like all the other YouTube overlanders? I think that's subjective because I love this, but it's just beefaroni. Just Chef Boyardee beefaroni, and I freaking love it. It's like my go-to camping thing. But tomorrow morning I have a more interesting breakfast plan, so if you're here for the meals, stick around till morning. This is the tiniest spoon. I get like 2 noodles at a time. All right, so I just got done filming my kind of overview of my rooftop tent. We're probably hour and a half, maybe 2 hours from sunset. So I think I'm gonna get a fire going. It's starting to cool down. Wind's starting to come through a bit, so I think I'm gonna get that going. And just kind of take it easy. It's time to chill. I can't wait to show you guys the sunset here because it's beautiful. I hope it doesn't disappoint tonight. So there is sunset. Oh no, getting too washed out. It's a sweet spot. I'll try and get better views, but you can see the Port of Tacoma right there. This is Lake Tapps right over here. I'm not sure what's out that way, to be honest, but you can see a lot from here. We're at like 3,500 feet of elevation, I think. So not that high, but obviously nothing is in the way of the view. I'm gonna put the camera away. I want to do some long exposure stuff tonight, see if I can get some stars. And if I do, I'll put them in the video. But if not, I'll just see you guys in the morning. So obviously I'm headed home. I really tried to be positive and make the best out of that trip as I could, but it just wasn't going well. So I decided to get out of there. I'll explain more in the morning though, when the lighting is better. So I think there's gonna be some kind of mixed feelings on my reason for leaving kind of halfway through the night last night, but here we go. So when I got to Wilkinson, I think the quarantine has really kind of messed that area up. There were overturned cars everywhere and garbage everywhere. and just people completely disrespected the area, and that really bummed me out. It didn't it's never been a well taken care of area. They do a lot of logging in that area, so it was just to an extent that I'd never seen before. So that bummed me out, but I wasn't like, screw this, I'm going home. I think it kind of put me in a bad mood. And then I get to my site, and no one was there, but within 30 minutes, there are two locations around, or two little like sites around it, and both of those got taken up within the first 30 minutes of me being there with shooters, which is totally fine. I was there to shoot too. It's a common area for people to go shoot, and it's legal. What I didn't like was the kind of lack of respect and care they were taking in shooting. The people at the bottom, as you guys have seen at this point, their rounds were ricocheting past my campsite. Like, I was cooking on my tailgate, and I heard, it wasn't close to me, but it was close enough for me to be able to hear the round whiz past my site. And I was like, okay, cool. So I spent the next hour probably in front of my truck, because that was furthest from the hill, and also used my truck as a little bit of a, it's a ricochet, which can still hurt you, but the velocity slowed down enough to hopefully a truck would have stopped it. So that was annoying. They finally left around 7, so from 7 to probably 8:30 or 9, I was on my own, and I was really enjoying the site. I mean, beautiful views. It was so good. So I was starting to get kind of back in the right mindset. And then some more people showed up. They drove in, they were already drunk, blasting music and screaming and shooting while it was dark, while drunk, not into a hill. You can tell when people are shooting into a hill, because you hear the round go off, you hear the explosion, and then it just dies. You don't hear the projectile traveling through the air and echoing for a long time, which is what was happening with these people. So if that's how you want to spend your camping trips, that's totally fine, provided I wish people were more respectful of the land out there and picked up after themselves. But that's just not what I was there to do. I got bummed out with like the way people were treating the land, and then people were being disrespectful of me and my campsite and the power of shooting. I'm all for people having, their rights to, possess bear arms or whatever, but if you're not following basic firearm safety, then get out of here, man. Like, you need to be smarter about that stuff. One of them is know your target and what's beyond it. That accounts for ricochets. You're accountable for every projectile that comes out of your firearm. And they were slinging past my camp, so that just pissed me off. And I know they knew I was there. I'm in a bright orange tent at the top of a hill. This is just dumb. I just couldn't stay there anymore. Anyways, I hope that makes sense. I'm gonna try it again. I don't know when, because I'm starting a new job soon. I have a master's program that I'm gonna start here in a couple of weeks, so hopefully I can get out before all that stuff starts. But we'll see. Anyways, I hope you guys liked it. If you did, do what all YouTubers ask you to do, and I'll see you guys in the next one.